Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jacqueline Dalsbeck. I'm a Senior Policy Advisor at the National Transport Commission. I'm part of the team working on the review of the Heavy Vehicle National Law, the first of its kind since the law commenced in February 2014. The goal of this review is to deliver a modern, outcome-focused law for regulating heavy vehicle transport in Australia. We're currently consulting on a realistic set of policy options for the future law. These options cover access, fatigue, assurance, duties, regulatory tools, technology and data, and vehicles and roadworthiness. This short video will walk you through options relating to safety duties under the future Heavy Vehicle National Law. Currently, the Heavy Vehicle National Law imposes a primary duty on chain of responsibility parties to ensure the safety of transport activities so far as is reasonably practicable. During consultation, we heard that there was broad support for maintaining the primary duty in the future HVNL. However, a number of problems were identified, and in the consultation RIS, we have proposed options to improve the primary duty so that it better delivers safety and productivity benefits to industry and the community. The first problem was that the current list of COR parties may not reflect the current heavy vehicle supply chain, and it may not be holding some critical parties accountable for safety. In this slide, the green and blue figures in the middle represent the parties that are currently caught by the primary duty. So if you're not an employer of a driver, a prime contractor, an operator, part of loading staff, a consigner or a consignee, a scheduler, this means that you're not currently caught by the primary duty. But what is being considered is to expand the application of the primary duty to all parties who influence the safety of transport activities relating to heavy vehicles. This is a very broad category. It could capture heavy vehicle repairers, stevedores, freight forwarders, componentry manufacturers, depot facility managers, persons preparing livestock for transport, and many others. This is a significant change, and it's really important that we get feedback from all affected stakeholders. The second problem identified during consultation was that the primary duty is quite vague. The law is clear that COR parties shouldn't cause drivers to speed or drive while fatigued, but other risks relating to driver competency and driver fitness for duty are not called out. For this reason, we're considering clarifying the primary duty so that it's clear that it does cover both competency and fitness for duty. During consultation, stakeholders also raised a number of issues relating to driver duties. Currently, drivers are not caught by the primary duty because part of the purpose of that provision was to recognise that a number of on-road safety risks are actually caused by the behaviour of off-road parties. Drivers do, however, have a work health safety duty to take reasonable care of their own safety and the safety of others. What is being considered is to take this work health safety duty and implement it for drivers in the Heavy Vehicle National Law, which would give the National Heavy Vehicle Regulator the power to enforce it. Of course, drivers must also comply with several other provisions in the HVNL, such as fatigue and safe vehicle provisions, and they also need to comply with the road rules. And for the most severe safety breaches, drivers can be prosecuted under criminal law and liable for imprisonment. So there are real questions about whether establishing a driver safety duty is necessary, and we really want to hear from all stakeholders about this, especially drivers. So how does this relate to you? Well, many industry parties could potentially have a primary duty under the Heavy Vehicle National Law to ensure the safety of transport activities relating to heavy vehicles. This could include, as I mentioned before, freight forwarders and agents, stevedores, depot facility managers, parties who prepare livestock, heavy vehicle repairers, componentry manufacturers, technology service providers, and many others. For drivers, that third option that I mentioned could mean that the NHVR could prosecute you for a general safety breach. This could include things like failing to drive appropriately for the load or to specific road conditions. It could include failing to make sure that you're competent to do a specific driving task, or it could include failing to make sure that you're fit for duty. If you are affected by any of these proposed reforms, then we really want to hear from you. You can submit your queries on the duties topics on our website, and we will address them in our future communications. As an alternative to a formal written submission, you can send short form feedback through the Heavy Vehicle National Law Review microsite link above. You can also visit hvnlreview.ntc.gov.au and select Options for the Future Law across the top banner. Please tell us which options you prefer and any other feedback that you think we need to consider. Your input will be used to inform and shape policy options for consideration by ministers next year. Thanks a lot for your time.